Hey guys, this is Alan from Queen Creek Tropicals, and in today's episode I'm going to show you how to propagate your own curry tree leaf. If you never tried it before, it's extremely easy and there are several ways you can actually propagate it. You can propagate it from seeds, which is the most common way of propagating it, or you can also do cuttings. So today I'm going to show you how to do seeds, but before we actually start, I'm going to actually give you some growing tips for the curry tree plant, so that way once you actually get it to grow, you will know how to not kill it. Anyways, let's get started. So this is my tree right here, guys. It has been in the ground for about, I would say, 1.5 years. And when I first put it in the ground, it was just a few inches tall. I would say about maybe 6 to 8 inches tall. It was a very small seedling, and well, now it's like huge. I messed up and I put it too close together to other trees. This is my golden delicious, actually no, this is an Anna apple right here, and over there I have a lime tree, and then as you can see, everything is a little too crowded in here. And the problem that you're gonna have when you grow plants too close together is well, one plant's gonna grow faster than the other, and then the one that's not gonna getting enough sun is gonna slow down, and it's just not gonna work out too well. But anyways, so growing requirements. Curry tree leaf will take full sun anywhere in the United States. When is the best time to plant it? That is when it's hot at night, guys. Usually what I always preach is 50 degrees at night consistently, and expect it to rise in the next month or so. So that's always going to be sometime in the spring through early fall. Do not plant it any later than that, and I'll tell you more about it later. Now, winter protection, guys. This plant in my area is mainly frost sensitive. So what that means is if the ice touches the plant, it will damage whatever area the ice touches. Now the plant itself, once it's fully rooted in the ground, it can actually handle cold temperatures into the low 20s. This one right here actually has, you know, taking 20-21 degrees consistently, no problem. But you have to understand it has frost protection and wind protection. The cold wind will damage your plant regardless of the temperature, especially if it's really windy and in the 30s or even in the 20s, it will damage your plant. So make sure you give it some wind protection. Now the root system of this plant, guys, it has a taproot system. So what that means is the roots go straight down. This is the main reason why they don't do well in containers, because it truly needs to be in the ground to actually grow. Now growth structure. This is a bush, a shrub. This is not a tree, guys. If you want a tree, you're gonna have to prune it as such. Naturally, it likes to branch out closer to the ground, and it likes to grow as a bush. Full-size curry tree is gonna be about, I would say, 10 to 15 feet tall, and they grow very quickly. It will reach full size within 2 to 3 years, but you have to make sure you give it plenty of sun, because if you don't, it will grow a lot slower. Watering. Now the key with growing curry tree leaf tree is to keep it moist consistently the first summer. Especially if you live in the desert just like I do, you need to keep it moist all the time. Do not let it dry out. You will never be able to overwater this plant. For whatever reason, guys, I don't know what it is, I have never been able to kill a curry tree leaf from overwatering. You literally have to keep it almost wet during the first summer in the ground. Do not let it dry out. Do not be afraid to water, because if you let this dry when they're small, it will die very quickly. Now let's talk about the fruits, guys. Now as you can see, I got some fruits right here, and obviously you don't eat the seeds. What you do eat are the leaves, but you only need one tree to actually get fruit. They're self-pollinating, so if you actually are into the seeds, you only need one tree. My personal growing tips for this plant, guys, it's gonna be, it needs the sun to grow. Give it room to spread out, because as you can see, it's a little too crowded in here. Frost protected in the winter. Do not let the ice get to it. If it does, if your plant's older, it will take it. It may take some damage. You can just prune those branches off in the spring, and it will come back just fine. And when they're small, in the containers or in the ground, guys, do not let them dry out, especially during the summer, because if you do, it will die. Now, one last thing I forgot to mention is, can you grow curry in a container? Yes, you can, guys, but in a container, this tree will grow extremely slow. In the ground, if you put a little seedling, it will be full size within 2 years. I'm talking about 10 to 15 feet tall. In the container, guys, it takes literally that long just to get about 1 to 2 feet. They grow super slow, and the reason for that is because of the taproot system. It goes straight down, and as soon as that root system reaches the bottom of the container, they grow super slow. So my recommendation is, if you want to grow in a container, it's okay. Yes, it's doable if you're okay with, slow growth. If you want actual performance out of your plant, then put it in the ground. If your ground freezes in the winter, guys, well, this plant's not gonna do well in your area. So at that point, you're gonna have to figure it out, create a microclimate for it, and prevent the ground from freezing around the root ball of your plant. Anyways, guys, let's get to propagation. Growing this tree from seeds, the first thing you need, guys, is seeds. So usually this flower early summer, and then the seeds are usually ready to go late summer, which that's where we are right now. It is August right now, and then this plant has been putting out tons of seeds for the past month or so. They usually have several clusters that ripen at different times, and you can just harvest the seeds, and the seeds are gonna be inside these little berries. So let me get a bunch of seeds, and then we're gonna go ahead and start a bunch of them right now. When propagating from seeds, guys, there's one thing you gotta keep in mind, and that is, you wanna propagate it when it's hot at night. You do not want to propagate this plant during cold temperatures, because if you do, it's not gonna work out. They're gonna take too long to germinate, and when they do, they're gonna die, and because, well, you don't have the ideal conditions for it. Alright, guys, so I got a bunch of seeds right here. I almost forgot them. They've been sitting inside this glove right here for a little while. Anyways, the next thing you need to do if you want to propagate seedling, guys, is if you forget everything that I say today, there's one thing you gotta keep in mind. And if you want to propagate curry leaf trees from seeds or cuttings, the main thing you gotta worry about are night temperatures. You want to make sure your temperatures are really hot. The hotter your temperatures, the faster the seedlings are going to sprout, or your cuttings are going to take. Do not try to do it when it's cold, and the reason for that is because they're going to take a lot longer to actually grow, and that's when you're actually going to fail. So the main reason why you need temperatures is because these trees do not like to grow in colder conditions, especially when they are small. But anyways, guys, so I got a bunch of seeds right here, and the main thing you need to keep in mind when you get your seeds is take the shell off. Now, these are fruits right here. They're a little dried out, but what you need to do is use your fingernails, and you can peel off the outer layer. Is it a requirement? Well, yes it is. Because if you don't peel it off, what usually happens is the seeds take a lot longer to sprout, and it's just not good. Another thing is, if you leave the fruit around the seeds, what's gonna happen is it's gonna mold, and it's just not gonna be good. Another good thing about propagating curry leaf trees from seeds is they take very easily, and they don't care what potting mix you use. You can use any potting mix that holds some water, and you can see the seeds right there. That's the seed right here, and this is the skin of the fruit. so yeah, you want to peel it off. But yeah, any potting mix will work, guys, so just use whatever you can find. The seeds are really not that picky. You can even use your native soil. Normally I don't like to use native soil on many things, but these seeds right here, they really don't care. They'll sprout in anything and everything. So let me go ahead, and then I got a bunch more seeds right here that I gotta peel off, and then I'll show you what's next. Alright guys, so I got all my seeds done. Now the next step is get your tray. You can use little cups, you can use whatever you want, but since I'm doing a lot of them at the same time, I like to use these trays right here. So the main thing you need to do is get your potting mix. As always, I'm using my regular potting mix. So since I'm doing a lot of them, I like to fill this up in here all at once. Make sure you fill up the cells all the way, because as you water, the potting mix is gonna come out. Now the next thing to do is just poke little holes in there, and then you get your seeds right here, and then you just put them in the cells. So I have a lot of seeds, and when we propagate curry leaf, we do a few trays at a time, especially during season when we get a lot of seeds, because they're very popular, and they take a long time to grow to any decent size. Alright, so this is it. So the next thing to do is just go ahead and cover the seeds. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this tray in the greenhouse, and then I'm gonna show you the other trays that we have growing right now. Alright guys, so the next thing to do with the curry leaf trees, guys, is you want to make sure you water, and that's it. Just water, do not let them dry. The key with being successful sprouting curry is you need temperatures, and then also do not let them dry. Curry leaf trees, for whatever reason, guys, you will never be able to overwater them as long as you have drainage. So let me show you, once you propagate your curry, how long is it gonna take for them to sprout? Well, you can see over here I have a few trays. I got this one right here, and you can see they're coming up. This has been about a month, 3 to 4 weeks, and as you can see, the germination rate is extremely high, and they grow very easily. And yeah, so the only problem with curry leaf seedling, guys, is they take a little while for them to actually get to any decent size. You gotta make sure not to let it dry out, and that's it. These guys are gonna take easily about a year before they get even anywhere close to about a foot tall. And yeah, so that is how you grow your curry leaf trees, from seeds. Anyways guys, so if you have any questions, just comment below. If you like the videos, don't forget to like them, and yeah, don't forget to subscribe too, and I will see you next time.